Hello, welcome back to another GodForge video. Sorry I missed everyone yesterday, just didn't have the time to record and upload, but I am still trying to do one every day for as long as I can. So I restarted my counter here, but today I wanted to do a video here on quality of life and features wish list. I think this is something that is going to be given on a lot of these here. Just want to put this out here. Also get the community's thoughts on what they are looking for their quality of life and features wish list. So there's probably some things that I'm going to miss, but you know, if you see something that is obviously a miss, please put it in the comments, or maybe even something that wasn't as obvious. Put it in the comments, and I'm sure someone's going to see that will take that into account. So let's go ahead and dive into it here. The two categories I've got these in here is going to be just looking at the features at launch, and then also the features a little bit later maybe, and those are going to be maybe a few of those out there that may never happen, but this is my wish list, so I figured I could put them on there, and if they happen, great. If they don't, that's okay too. So looking at launch, I just did 12 of these. These are pretty common in a lot of games now. I think a lot of this will be in place already, but again, just putting this out there to say, hey, if this isn't on their list of things already done, hopefully it gets on there. Just a lot of these are like time savers. A lot of people, when they're playing these games, they want to be able to play it, enjoy it when they have the time, but they don't have the time to still be able to play it and get as much as they can out of it with the time they have. So number one, background battle and ability to do other things. I think that's really great to have, being able to say, hey, I want to be working in this dungeon here, and then also do PvP or clan boss or something else. Just having the ability to still maneuver in the game and do things while you're doing the mindless farming in the background. You get your team set up. You don't need to watch them kill the same thing over and over in the same order in the same exact way. Having that, I think, is a great thing to save time. Auto-equip gear, even if not optimal, just a button that says, hey, put some gear on this guy, this hero, and whatever you think is best. There's probably some kind of underlying gear score you could use for that that says, hey, try to put the best gear on this person, but it's probably not going to be the best gear. So having just a button to, quickly help someone gear something to get through something potentially, they can just throw it on there and see, hey, does this work? If not, they go back and tweak it. But to get someone a starting point, especially someone that's newer to the genre, that hasn't had the chance to really learn how to min-max, this gives them a starting point. So I think that's a great thing to add. Saving team builds and gear. Sorry, got tongue-tied there. Not going to restart though unless something crazy happens, and then you'll never hear this. But just having the ability to say, this is my team for this dungeon, up front. Again, that's pretty common in a lot of these games now. And then saving the gear that you use for those runs. It doesn't have to be a lot of team saves for each dungeon. 2 or 3 is probably decent, maybe 5. I find, if they don't share. Now, if they share like a pool, then you're going to need more. But being able to just to save the teams, that we're not having to swap gear back and forth, it just saves time. So pretty good one to have there. Number 4 is the ability to do multiple battles in one go. It's like super raids. There's some games that let you do 2 or 3 battles in one run, right? Being able to do more than that would be great. If I have enough energy to do 10, for example, I can just do 10 in one go. That's going to save a lot of time. No penalties for, number 5, no penalties for failing a run. I think waste of time is penalty enough in these games here. Nothing worse than you spend your energy on a run, you fail, and you don't have enough energy to try again. You have to wait 30 minutes or an hour to try again. I understand that is also a reason that people maybe buy energy. They might pop into the shop and buy energy with real money. So, give and take there. But at the same time, as a player, especially someone that's a low spender or free to play, that could turn someone off, just having that there. There's some games that do like a small penalty, like 1 energy or a few energy, right? Which is kind of maybe a trade-off there, but still, I think that having that would be great. Number 6, more speed. 3x, 5x, maybe even 10x will be great on some things, not everything, not arena maybe, but, farming, clan boss, unless you have autocomplete for the clan boss, which I wouldn't expect that on the launch, but you might have that, I don't know. But just having those extra speeds, I think would be great. Number 7, replay system and sharing replays. I think that this helps build community. I can share, hey, I had this awesome battle with my Pantheon mates or our clan mates there. Or I might be able to say, hey, I need help with this. Can you take a look at this replay and see what's going on? And that allows other people to help. So again, that's more about building community, I think, in my opinion. Number 8 is custom PvP tournaments. Being able to just get with my friends or strangers even and say, hey, I want to battle my team with your team. Let's practice, just have fun, And then you can even have community-made tournaments. I'm sure there's a lot of Pantheons that would want to put out their own tournament, and I don't know if they have prizes or not, or if that's even doable, outside of the game, like gift cards or whatnot. But having the tournaments, as long as they don't get too out of hand, but I think having just the ability to again come together as a community there. I don't think anyone's going to do, like, when I say get out of hand, like $1 million tournament, and people have to pay $10,000 to buy in and things like that. So I think it's that crazy. But yeah, that's just more about community building there. Number 9, a quick upgrade and feed champs for leveling. Again, pretty standard in most games now. I just want to click a button, get done what I need to get done, not have to click 30 times to do what I want to do. I want to get leveled, get back to the game. Boom. Number 10, enough inventory and quick sell features for gear. Some games can give you a lot of inventory, some games don't. So having that extra inventory to help you stay in the game is great, and not have to go through and just like individually click, hey, I want to sell this. Just quick sell any like 3-star blow gear or rare blow gear, Just go in there and have that. Again, pretty standard in a lot of games, but just want to put that in there. Number 11 is finding a balance and acquiring skill ups. Some games have, different ways of skilling up your heroes. You gotta find that balance. You don't want to just give it away, right? You don't want to have the ability to not having to work towards. But you also don't want to be stuck because you're waiting for a skill up, and the only way to get it is to spend $100 in the game or wait a week to get another one. So you gotta find that balance there, which is a hard thing to do, I think. But I believe in Fateless, and I think that they're going to do that. Number 12 is preventive measures for feeding accidents. You're going to see that a lot, especially on new games. But not accidentally feeding your heroes is important. I know in Alpha I had accidentally fed a couple of my heroes, which is no big deal. But I did that on accident, and I had to go back and rebuild the same hero. Luckily, I had lots of copies. But during the game, though, clicking the wrong button could, just completely brick your account. So you want to make sure to have those preventive measures. The lock measures, probably pretty standard. A pop-up measure, anything that says, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Because this doesn't seem like something you should be doing. So that's kind of just 12 on launch things I think that will hopefully be in the game. I think they will be for the most part. A couple of them maybe not, but we'll see. And then the next one here is the later category. I don't have 5 of these. These are, again, kind of the first 2 I think are probably going to happen, maybe. Well, at least number 1. Number 2 is kind of a maybe. 3, 4, and 5 is probably not. But anyways, I'm going to put it out here. So number 1's auto-complete battles. Just being able to auto-complete, clan boss, click a button. I got my team set up. I don't need to test anymore. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm going to get the score that I want. Boom. Done. Save me 10, 15 minutes of time staring at my phone or my computer. Number 2, multi-auto battle PvP. So I don't think I've seen a game do this to my knowledge. I haven't played all the games out there. I've played a lot of these games, but I haven't played the one that does this. So being able to mark multiple fights on a page. So usually on these pages you have 10 battles or so, maybe 5, something like that. And then you auto battle them on the same team. So I can check a little box next to the 3 of them and say, hey, I want to go ahead and just back to back to back without going back to the menu, without doing anything. I want to load them up back to back to back. And I want to use my same team as auto battle. I think I'm going to win all these. They're all one-man defenses. These are pretty easy, right? Or, hey, I just want to put it on the background while I do the dishes. Boom. Number 3, and I put this one and number 4 in my my notes for the alpha wave. So I don't know if anyone read those, but these are kind of out there. Probably never going to happen, but I think it'd be crazy. So number 3 is the auction house. I'm thinking like a Diablo 3 style auction house, maybe even a World of Warcraft style auction house, where you're using in-game currency, and you can trade gear with somebody, or sell your gear to buy other gear. I think that in itself is, again, community building, but also pretty awesome to have. Hey, I need crit rate gloves. Almost couldn't talk there for a second. And I want these rolls on it. How much can I go to the auction house? I've got the silver, the gold, right? How much does it cost me? Oh, that cost me too much. I don't want to buy that, But that is something I think would be pretty cool to have in the game. Number 4 is optimizer in the game. So, of course, Hell Hades has an optimizer for other games. So I think just having that in this game, not outside of the game, but like inside of the game, where you can say, hey, I want X amount of speed, I want X amount of initiation, I want X amount of crit rate and whatnot. Do I have the gear for it? If so, find it. Boom. I think that would be a way to also make things easier, especially for newer players, but just in general, to find what you need instead of combing through your gear and trying to find. You may or may not come up with that. So, and then number 5 here, looking at like playing cross-platform. I think it'd be pretty cool to have GodForge on like a Steam Deck or PlayStation or whatnot, and to be able to still play with my friends, and my teammates. They just log into their normal account there, and they can play it on that. So, again, I don't know if there's any plans for something like that, but I think that'd be pretty cool. All right, well, that completes kind of my quality of life and features wish list there. Anything I missed? Anything that you want? Anything that I said wrong? But yeah, the last page here, I'm going to end with this one as well. As I've done the last 2 videos, check out chpgaming.com. It's a website I'm helping develop along with a couple other guys. And there is a full list of rankings for me on there right now under the resources page. We're working on making our own tier list there. And then we have our gaming community. So you're welcome to join us if you're looking for a pantheon or just people to play games with. We do other games as well. So definitely check us out. Well, thanks for listening. I hope everyone has a great night, and we'll catch you in the next one.